Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a story for you that's a little different, a little magical, and it might just change the way you look at your old toys. This is the story of Barnaby, the toy that cried every time its children left. In a quiet little house on a street lined with maple trees lived two siblings, Lily and Tom. They had a room filled with treasures, books, colorful drawings, and a chest overflowing with toys. But their most beloved companion was a handcrafted wooden bear named Barnaby. Barnaby wasn't like the other toys. He had mismatched button eyes, a slightly lopsided smile stitched with red thread, and fur that was worn smooth in patches from countless hugs. Lily and Tom's parents had found Barnaby in a dusty antique shop on a rainy afternoon. The shopkeeper, a kind old man with twinkling eyes, had said, "This one's special. He's been waiting for the right home." From that day on, Barnaby was never far from their side. He was the guest of honor at every tea party, the brave knight in every castle adventure, and the silent confidant to every whispered secret. He soaked up their laughter, their dreams, and even their occasional tears. But a strange thing happened with Barnaby. Every morning when Lily and Tom left for school, their mother would find the little bear in a different spot from where they'd left him, and on his wooden face, just below his button eyes, she would see two tiny, glistening droplets of water, as if he had been crying. She'd wipe them away, thinking it was just morning dew from an open window, and place him back on the shelf, ready for the children's return. The children, of course, knew nothing of this. To them, Barnaby was just their happy, silent friend. They'd burst through the door after school, drop their backpacks, and race upstairs. "Barnaby, we're home!" they'd shout, scooping him up for an adventure. In their hands, the little bear felt warm, as if filled with the joy of their reunion. The house would fill with the sounds of play, and the memory of the morning's mysterious tears would vanish with the afternoon sun. One day, their mother decided to solve the little mystery. After the children left, she didn't go about her chores. Instead, she sat quietly in the hallway, peeking into the playroom. The room was still and silent. The sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Barnaby sat propped against a stack of books, his lopsided smile facing the door. For a long time, nothing happened. She was about to give up, thinking it was all in her head. But then, as the grandfather clock in the hall chimed 9, she saw it. A single, perfect droplet welled up beneath Barnaby's right button eye. It shimmered for a moment before tracing a slow path down his wooden cheek. Another followed from the left. It wasn't a flood of tears, just a quiet, heartbreakingly lonely expression of sorrow. He wasn't just a toy. He was a friend who was missing his companions. The mother's heart ached. She finally understood. The old shopkeeper was right. Barnaby was truly special. He didn't just hold their love. He felt it. That evening, she told her husband what she had seen. He was skeptical at first, but he loved his wife and trusted her. Together, they came up with a gentle plan. They didn't want to spoil the children's innocent belief in their toy, but they couldn't bear the thought of Barnaby's silent sadness. The next day, before the children left for school, their mother handed them a small, soft scarf. "It's getting a little chilly," she said with a warm smile. "Maybe Barnaby would like to stay cozy while you're away." Lily and Tom loved the idea. They carefully wrapped the little scarf around Barnaby's neck. "Don't be lonely, Barnaby," Lily whispered, giving him a gentle hug. "We'll be back before you know it." Tom gave him a final pat. "Guard the fort," he said bravely. They placed him on the windowsill where he could watch for their return. After they left, their mother crept back to the room and peeked inside. Barnaby sat on the windowsill, the little scarf tucked around him. The sun warmed his wooden frame. She watched and waited, her heart pounding softly. The clock chimed 9, 10, 11. No tears, not a single drop. The little bear sat peacefully, his lopsided smile seeming for the first time genuinely content. It was as if the small act of love, the scarf, was a promise that he was not forgotten and that his children would return. From that day on, Lily and Tom made it a ritual. Every morning they would give Barnaby a special job. Sometimes he was the keeper of the sunbeam, other times the guardian of the pillow fort. They would leave him with a new blanket, a little drawing, or a shiny pebble from the garden. They were small gestures, simple acts of affection, but to Barnaby they meant everything, and his tears never returned. He was no longer just waiting. He was holding on to their love until they came home. This story reminds us that the love we pour into things, even inanimate objects, has a kind of magic. Our affection gives them meaning and, in a way, a life of their own. So maybe give your old teddy bear a hug or dust off that forgotten toy car. You never know. It might just be waiting to feel loved again. Thank you so much for listening to Barnaby's story today. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more stories from our little corner of the world. We love having you here. Until next time, take care.